Hello everyone and welcome back to the World Class Stand podcast. Today you'll be watching part 2 with Paddy Kenny and we'll be talking about his playing career. But before we get into the episode, Steve, would you like to tell us a bit more about the World Class Club?
Yep, so our members area is £2.99 a month. It's on Spotify and it's also on YouTube. Gives you early release to our episodes, so episodes 1 and 2 straight from the bat. It helps support the show to get ex-pros, so please do help us do that.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. Have a world-class weekend. Hope you liked the episode, guys. Have a world-class weekend.
So, hasn't always been, or wasn't always, Neil Warnock at Sheffield United as your manager. You had a couple others, I think, Brian Robson and Kevin Blackwell. What was times like with those two?
Brian Robson was a bit different. It was quite off the cuff sometimes with him and things like that. When we used to play under Warnock, you'd know your team on a Thursday more or less, because you'd do some work on that team. So, and then Friday you'd definitely know your team. Okay. And then under Brian Robson, it was literally 1:30 he'd name team on a Saturday. Okay. And then you get lads who might not have been playing for 3 or 4 weeks, telling their families not to bother coming. I haven't been playing, there's no point even coming. All of a sudden, next thing at 1:30, they're in team and they're like, shit, and they're ringing the family up to try to get them to the game and stuff like that. So we're a bit hectic, we're a bit of a mad time, to be fair.
Yeah.
And it were totally opposite to Warnock, how he did things. Like I said, that people didn't like that.
How long was he there when you were there?
He was there probably about 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, wasn't
it?
After we got relegated, yeah. We were struggling under him. Like I say, just little things like that don't help.
Do you have a little squeaky voice as well?
No, he was pissed all the time, so he did. But yeah, and then Blackwell.
Yeah.
To be fair with Blackwell, it was I didn't like him as a manager because he was a good coach. I just didn't think he could manage players. Okay. Whereas Warnock were really good at that. And when I were at Bury with Blacker, and then at Sheffield when I first come, I felt like he bullied me a bit. Not in a bad way, but he always he'd been in game a lot longer than me, and I was still learning. He were always on my case about things, and felt like a little bit of bullying to me. And then he left and went to Leeds with Peter Reid, and eventually, then when he come back as manager, all of a sudden it were 3 or 4 years later. All of a sudden, I'm older, I'm experienced, I've got an opinion.
Yeah.
Stood my ground now, played international, played in Premier League, and then he didn't like it because all of a sudden he'd say something to me, I'd be like, "Who are you fucking talking to?"
Yeah.
Whereas years before, I just accepted it. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I was he'd say something about a goal, I'd be like, normally I'd have took it, be like, "Fuck off, it was his fault." He'd be like, and then next thing, and we used to clash then, massively. And he still thought he could still speak to me the same way, but things had changed.
So we lost that kind of dominance over us. Yeah.
We were just I remember him on Christmas Day, one time Christmas Day, we were playing Wolves on Boxing Day. We had to be in for training, we had to be in for 6 training. And I'd been up to Halifax to see my kids. And on way back, it was snowing like fuck. And I literally got to the ground at 3 minutes past 6. We'd been clashing all season before Christmas. And we gets back and he stood in tunnel. And as I walked in, he's like that. I went, "Merry Christmas, Gaffer." He went, "Don't Merry Christmas me, you're late." I went, "What?" He went, "You're late." I went, "It's 3 minutes past 6. I says, "We don't start training for another 27 minutes. He's like, "Don't get clever with me, fucking you're late." I went, "Oh, fuck off." And I walked off into the dressing room, starts getting changed, and he follows me in. And he went, "I've had a fucking enough of you, you're fucking big time and all this lot." And he went, "I'll tell you what, get in your car, get changed, get in your car and fuck off home." So I did. And he ended up putting me on transfer list for 6 games. And they would, I don't think they won many games, but he were under a bit of pressure to put me back in. And eventually put me back in, and then I kept 4 or 5 clean sheets out of 6 games. And he got me in his room one day, and he just was like, "Oh, I did it on purpose. I put you on transfer list on purpose to get a reaction out of you." And you're like,
"What?" Some weird master stroke, yeah.
But when I was coming out of the group, so when he told me to fucking go, I got changed, and when I went out, he was stood in the physio room, and as I walked past him, he went, "Paddy, come in here." What? Ed's gone now. I'm like, "What?" He's gone, "It's been brewing for this for a while, hasn't it, me and you?" I went, "What else?" He went, me and you, we need to sort it out, don't we? He went, come on, hit me. I went, what? He went, hit me. I went, I can't hit you, you're fucking manager. I said, I'll tell you what, you hit me first and we'll fucking have it. And he went, you don't want to fuck with me, you don't know what part of Luton I'm from. I went, I don't give a fuck what part of Luton you're from. So if you want it, we'll have it. And he went, fuck off, get out. And I just went. And
He was testing you there.
I don't know, if he'd have gone for me, I'd have fucking...
Yeah,
Well,
game
I'm
on.
guessing you got sacked if you...
Not if I'd have gone first.
Yeah,
So I didn't know if that's what he maybe wanted.
you kept your head there, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though my head had gone as well.
Could have gone really wrong there, couldn't it? Yeah,
definitely.
If you lost it.
So after that, QPR after that?
Yeah, Neil Warnock come to the rescue again. Got you out of Sheffield, go back to QPR.
Yeah.
What was that like, going back to Neil? And
Did you have you on a speed dial, did he?
Only number I had in my phone. No, it was one of them. I had a buyout clause in my contract at the time, like 750 grand, and I think Ipswich and Bristol City had activated as well as QPR, so I could have gone to any of them three. And Bristol City actually offered me more money than QPR, but because of Warnock, it was like, I've got to go. And I always said I'd never play in London, never play for a London team. I was adamant I'd never go down there. But then at the time, though, Sheffield, to be fair, had told me that they didn't want me no more, and basically we signed a better keeper, and they signed Steve Simonson. So these three clubs have come in, and if you want to leave, you can leave. You're not going to be playing. So now one of these, I always wanted to play.
Yeah,
and I'd rather not be somewhere than sit on bench or whatever. So obviously Warnock, I'll never forget. He rings me up. Right, he went. He's gone. Right, we've all agreed everything. Play you and club. He says, I'm away this week. He says, but next week when I come back and mention this day when I want you to come down and sign contract. I want to be there when you sign. I went, I don't know if that's a good idea, Gaffer. I get back from Magaluf day before that. He went, oh, fuck's sake. He went, you better get down tomorrow morning. He says, I'm not risking fucking you trying to do a medical when you fucking be in Magaluf for 4 days. So, yeah. So I went down. And I had one of the weirdest medicals you could ever have in your life. The physio, Nigel Cox, who had been at Sheffield United, Warnock had took him because he was quite loyal with things like that. And he literally got me on in this room, and he's gone, right, strip down to your pants. He went, get on scales. So I stood on them, I broke them. Right. He went, get off. He went, can you touch your toes? I got about halfway down my shins. He went, congratulations, you've passed your medical, you're now a QPR player. I was like, what? He went, well, Warnock says you're going to fucking sign anyway, so what's the point pissing about? So literally shortest medical in history, I think.
Jeez,
yeah.
That's a big risk, man, because...
I know.
happy days, though. There's money in the bank.
Great for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Warnock wanted you, so yeah, and you come. Yeah, so you had a great run at QPR. Obviously, getting promoted. You had that fantastic season, and you mentioned a few players there. Adel Taarabt. There's a famous story about Warnock saying apparently that don't pass to him in your own half. To him. What was he like as a character, Taarabt? And how do you think, was there other ways that Neil managed to tame him to get the best out of him?
Yeah, he was one of them, Adele. He was, when he was at it, he was unplayable. He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But he used to just do what he wanted. Never forget the first year we were there, and we started the season really well. I don't think we lost till 20th game of the season, so it was a really good start. And Adele were literally just doing what he wanted, but he was producing on pitch, so Warnock were letting him off of it. And there were a few of us like me, Clint Hill, Sean Derry, and a few getting pissed off because he were like not coming in for training and stuff like that. And Warnock got us in a room one time and just went, lads, just trust me. He's the difference between us winning league or getting promoted. He went, just let him do what he wants, and I promise you, just don't kick off. He is the difference. We're like, all right, whatever. So anyway, about 3 or 4 weeks later, we were playing Sheffield United on a Wednesday. So we played on the Saturday. We had Sunday off. And then we were playing Sheffield United on the Wednesday. And on the Monday and Tuesday, Adele never turned in. And we obviously worked on the team to play against Sheffield. Anyway, I got to the game on the Wednesday and I walked in the ground and Adele and Warnock were arguing when I walked in. Adele had turned up to the game and not being in training Monday, Tuesday. Just thinks he can play on the Wednesday.
Yeah, he won't pick, was he? No,
because he had not been in.
Okay.
He'd not even been in, so we'd worked on a team and everything. Anyway, Warnock went, Paddy, come here. He went, in my office used to now. He went, so he goes in, he went, Paddy, this cheeky twat wants to play today. I went, all right. He went, what do I do? I went, play him. I went, what? I went, play him. You says it's difference between us getting promoted or not. I said, you only said it 3-4 weeks ago in that hotel room. I said, so play him. Right, Adel, you're playing. Paddy, it's on your fucking head. He went, if he's shit, it's your fault. I'm like, oh, fuck. So we go to dressing rooms. Lads have got music on, getting changed. So lads that are playing are getting changed. Lads that are subs. All this lot. Next thing, Warnock fucking turns music. He went, right, everyone sit down. I want to have a chat with you. Adel sits down. He went, right, change your plan. You were playing. You're now on bench. You were on bench. You're now in stand. Paddy said, Adel's got to play. And I'm like that thinking, oh my God.
Jeez.
Luckily enough, we won 3-0 and Adel set 2 out of 3 up. So
Who was the two that
I
missed out?
can't even remember if I'm honest.
That's some message to get when you're
Imagine
lacing your
that.
boots. Like, yeah. Actually, you
Change your plan.
sit up there.
Stand.
Yeah, I suppose as long as you win, though, that's the main thing, isn't it?
You
Yeah.
mentioned some of the players there you played at with QPR. Who sort of like, Adel maybe, did he beat you more than others in training when shooting? Was there some players
He was frightening with his finishing, yeah. He was unbelievable. He used to like, no backlift, hit it so hard, bend it, you know what I mean, give you eyes. He was very, very good at that.
How bad did he get with Adel in terms of his like not rocking up and
Probably one time I think he didn't turn up against Scunthorpe. We was actually top of the league. We just started to lose a couple. Bit of pressure. And I think we lost to Watford and Leeds. A bit of pressure, and we're playing Scunthorpe, who were bottom of the league, and he didn't turn up. And we got beat 4-1. They hadn't won for ages and all this lot, and it could have been like 10-1. We got battered. And he were panicking with Warnock, and he rung Adel up this on the Saturday, and we was staying up in like that neck of woods because we were playing Barnsley on the Tuesday. And he rung Adel up and said, right, I need you back tomorrow. You need you to play against Barnsley on Tuesday. He went, okay, I'll come back. He went, but I'll see you at Barnsley on Tuesday. He went, no, you need to come back before. He says, no, I'll see you at Barnsley on Tuesday. And he literally turned up, played, scored in the first minute. Didn't touch ball for the rest of the game, won 1-0.
Edus?
And that's what sort of, it was madness.
But
then he weren't as bad in Premier League. He weren't as bad for not coming in and things. But
he stepped his game a little bit up, did he, in the Premier League?
You don't, but then on the pitch, it's harder. You couldn't have done that then in Premier League because it's a lot harder. You wouldn't have got away with it.
It was
then.
effective, like
Yeah, you mentioned the step up there to the Premier League. One thing with Warnock, he seems to only thrive in the second tier. He's not really been able to translate that success from the Championship to Premier League or Division 1 to Premier League. What do you think that is, the difference in not being able to kind of, keep teams in the Premier League and stuff? Is he just a bit unlucky, or, is his style of play or something like that?
I think he has been unlucky. When we were at Sheffield, we got relegated after getting promoted, and
the whole Tevez
and all that.
Yeah.
We were so close to stay. We literally went down by 1 goal.
Yeah.
And all that. And West Ham should have been deducted points, simple as, and they should have gone down. And so he was unfortunate there.
Yeah.
And I think he got like 3.5 million to spend. Do you know what I mean? You go up to Premier League, you spend 3.5 million. It's not a lot of money, is it? Well, in them days, it was a little bit more than it is now. But it was still not a lot in them days. But then QPR, we were actually mid-table when he took over, when he got sacked.
Yeah.
It was like we had lost 2 or 3 on trot, like, but you do at that level when you're a newly promoted team. So it's hard, isn't it, when you're a newly promoted team, and it's always going to be tough. You don't see many teams, do you? That
had a couple of goals at Palace, and then Cardiff as well. He was really unlucky actually, because I think if we'd have had Salah in the transfer window, we probably would have scored enough goals. Only missed out by like 3 points against to Brighton. But he has been a bit unlucky, hasn't he? But
he's never got a job where it's a Premier League mid-table team that he's took over, has it? It's always been a team that's got promoted.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be hard for him.
Yeah, did you get the money at QPR when he was there? Because QPR splashed out, didn't he, around that time?
Yeah, they had a good squad, didn't he? You had a good squad.
Yeah. I think wages-wise they did, but not like transfer fees.
There's some top
We had
boys,
Wright Phillips and Joey Barton and Anton Ferdinand, Dribbble Cisse.
Yeah, Cisse, Barton,
you played in the famous Aguero game Could you just tell us a little bit about that and kind of obviously I think was you already safe at that point, or
No, we could have gone down that day.
you could have gone down, but results were going your way.
We just needed what they were Bolton. They were playing away at Stoke, and going into the last game, people don't see, when we stayed up, we celebrated like we'd won the league as well, because previous to that, with 10 games to go, we looked doomed. And we won his last 5 home games at season, which is like ridiculous. And it started off, we played Liverpool. We were 2-0 down with 10 minutes to go, and we come back and won 3-2. Then we beat Arsenal. Then we beat Tottenham. So it's like 3 games there. And earlier on in the season, we beat Chelsea. Like probably 4 games there, you wouldn't even have down as a win, would you? Yeah. And we won it, like I said, we won his last 5 up. We picked 15 points, about 15. It was like, to have it in our own hands on the last game of the season was like, it was like to be in that position in first place was a miracle.
They took that at the start of the season, yeah.
Yeah, probably would, wouldn't you? But with 10 games to go, we'd have snapped out your hands because like we were doomed. And I'll never forget, we were 1-1. We lose 1 at half time. Then 1-1. Jabril Cisse scored. And then Joey Barton got sent off for trying to
booted someone, didn't he?
Yeah, and he elbowed and everything. He was trying to take everyone with him, wasn't he? He was like losing his...
If I remember, you were in the game, you were playing well, weren't you, at that point?
Well, we were. And then we went 2-1 up with 10 men. It was mad. And you could see the fans in the stadium crying. It was quite scary. But honestly, like, we weren't bothered about Man City or Man United. We had nothing to do with them. It was like, we just want to stay up. That's all that mattered to us. And when we were winning 2-1 and they got the corner, before they took the corner, our fans at the other side of the stadium were going mad. So obviously something in the other games happened to our advantage. Anyway, the corner comes in, they scores, and then while they were running the ball up because they needed another goal. Excuse me. Our bench was shouting on, "We're safe, we're safe." The other games finished 2-2. So our game's still going on. We didn't have a clue about Man U.
Yeah,
we knew that game finished 2-2, and it weren't about or else we'd not kicked ball for about 40 minutes because we didn't have, they were just battering us with 10 men.
Yeah, relentless.
And we literally were on his feet. And I forget, we just kicked it up pitch, then it come back. And then I think we had a throw in. And I think that's why when people always think, it looks dodgy, I think we just throwing down line, it was like, just get it down there, we don't want it.
Yeah.
And then they cleared it up the pitch, and then obviously the Aguero goal scored, and it was like bedlam.
Yeah.
Because I think as long as they won, it didn't matter. Man U scored, did it? And Man U had already finished won 1-0. But it were mad though. It were good in a way because after the game, we both sets of fans were celebrating. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We were all on there. But after they scored and whistle went, obviously I would try to go down to the other end and pitch were rammed. Some fucking Man City fan ran up and slapped me back at head and fucking killed. I was raging, I couldn't see who it were. They were running, there were that many people running around. I thought, you twat, you just fucking won't leave me alone.
Danny Dickey, was it?
Yeah. He almost got on it. In Man City shirt.
Yeah. Imagine if you saved that Aguero shot, because it was...
I know, people say that, but they didn't. No one ever said it. What?
It was near post.
No, was he not near post?
No.
Everybody always says near post.
40-yard screamer.
He's about 5 yards out.
No, he blasted it. Yeah, you've no chance.
To be fair, if I look at it, you watch it as they're coming across, I always think that should have been another half step across. Yeah. But it's all in hindsight, and it sometimes.
I mean, he's not a bad striker to concede against, is he?
But like you said, imagine if you just saved it, but no one would probably even mentioned it because it would just been about Man U winning it.
Just be another Man United title.
To be fair, when it was happening and we're all coming, I thought they were going to get a penalty because I don't know if you remember it. Some of our lads were like diving in.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it could be a pen here.
I think Balotelli was literally dragged to the floor, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was a mental day.
What was he like, Balotelli? Again, he comes across as a bit of a character in a time where there's not many characters in the game anymore. But
I think, did he come off bench that day?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
he set
up the winner. Did you have many interactions with him during your career?
No, not really. No. Yeah.
If you did save it, your agent would have been going for
New deal.
Yeah, exactly.
£8,000 a week.
Yeah. So some other players in the club, QPR then in those days. I mean, mentioned Wright Phillips. What was he like to play with?
There were some good lads come in. I don't think it gelled.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it gelled.
didn't
As
gel,
watching
to be
it.
fair, no.
Yeah.
Too
much-
I
too
remember
many
when
players coming in?
Mark Hughes, when Mark Hughes come in, obviously you got your genuine lads that had played in the team that got us promoted that were on nowhere near the money that these players were coming in on. They were like a little bit of a, which you understand. Listen, you sign your contract, you're happy with it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But for some reason, it just didn't seem right. And when Mark Hughes was manager and he come in, and after like 8 games, I think we'd won 1 out of the first 8, and he was under pressure straight away. And he ended up reverting back to a lot of the lads that got us promoted. The grafters, the lads.
Remember Sean Derry again?
Sean Derry, Clint Hill, Ida Elgerson, all you like genuine lads, Jamie Mackey. So yeah, it was tough. It was tough in them times. There was like a little bit of a split in the club.
Yeah.
Because there were some players on big money, and then like your normal lads that were on normal.
Yeah. What was Mark Hughes like as a manager? There's some stories knocking about.
No, I didn't really get on with him much, really. He was one of them, you'd walk past him in the morning in the corridor and say, "Morning, Gaff," and ignore you.
Right.
So it's not good, is it?
I remember when he first came in and all, he had a plaque put on his car park space. And it said, Mark Hughes, manager, OBE. And we were under pressure, like, so we won 1 out of first 8. And I don't know who did it, but one of the lads got a black marker and Robbie wrote out before Easter because he weren't happy about that, I'll tell you that.
But he probably wasn't far. We
weren't far wrong either.
Do you as a Man United thing? Because I hear like ex-Man United players being quite sort of, just
Possibly.
so focused and sort of,
Don't get me wrong, he was a legend as a player, wasn't
Exactly,
he?
yeah.
Yeah. Brian Robson was a legend, but he was different.
ultra professional, maybe. I don't know what the word is.
But like, I remember him coming in when he come in, it was like, listen, we used to wear suits to home games. Then you wear your tracksuits to away games, you're in hotels and stuff like that. And it was just little things like all of a sudden, right, we've got club tracksuits, which look smart. Everyone's in the same, club suits. We're all in the same suit, tie, everything. With crest on here and all that lot. And then you've got to wear them to away games as well. So you're travelling away the night before and you're like, got to have your tracksuit. Have I got my fucking cufflinks? Have I got my shoes? I've got my bell. I've got my black socks. Is my suit dry clean? All this shit. And then like you'd like literally go down morning of a game in your suit before you're about to leave. You'd be in a room, probably bigger than this, but you'd be in a room watching some stuff for half an hour, sweating your fucking nuts off. And then you've got to go to the ground. Lads once they got to the ground, basically had this suit on to get off the coach and back on it. It's the only time people saw you in it, because lads, as soon as they got there, couldn't wait to get changed because they wanted to get out of the suits. And then like after the game had finished, you had to put your suit back on. You couldn't put your tracksuit on. Get on the coach, and then once you were on the coach, you could change it into your tracksuit. So lads would get back out, and they're like, be hell on coach then, because people are taking all the stuff off and trying to get. It was just little things like that, and I didn't get the
logic. Yeah.
Seems as where you talked about examples of bad man management. It's just rules for rules' sake. It's like,
I think so. Sometimes it's overruling.
Do that?
Isn't it? Yeah, it's not.
Players are happier in their tracksuits. Let them win them.
Home games is not a problem. Do you know what I mean? But I just thought away games it were a bit weird that.
Yeah. Okay, and then Neil to the rescue again. Leeds United.
Here we go.
Yeah. So massive club, Leeds as well. So obviously joining there. What do you make of your time at Leeds United? I obviously didn't work out well for Neil there, but and obviously did he bring back Blackwell as the assistant as well? Was he assistant?
No,
at
not
Leeds?
there. No.
Right. Okay.
Did you have him at Cardiff?
He did have
Rotherham.
Cardiff,
he had him at Rotherham, Cardiff, Middlesbrough. Then he got him back.
Blackwell
he
was
fell out
manager
a bit,
at Leeds,
didn't
wasn't he? At one point, I thought.
Yeah.
That must have been afterwards.
Do you know what? I'll never forget. Right, going back a little bit. We played Leeds right at Ellen Road, and day before the game, Warnock could do. Blackwell, Leeds manager, had done a big A4 sheet of paper, massive A4, whatever.
Yeah.
And he'd put like every player's name on it, like me. And I can't remember what he put about me or in it. He battered every one of us on this big sheet of paper, hammering us all. And one of Lee's players at the time, were good friends with one of our players, and he got the sheet and he gave it to him.
Oh.
So we had the sheet and he gave it to Warnock. And before the game, Warnock literally pinned it up on the wall and went, I don't need to fucking give you a team talk today, do I, lads? Just have a read of that.
Nice.
That's it, yeah.
And we went out, beat them 4-0. Beat them 4-0.
I mean, that's an art, isn't it? Like, he probably had a scripted sort of team talk, didn't he? But he's just used that.
Well, this is my
motivation.
management. You know, we were about earlier,
Yeah.
my management. When we were at QPR, I know I've gone back a little bit, sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But
yeah.
he were like, he got everyone, he signed 10 new players, right, first season. And he went to Italy. And this area was staying in Italy every night, like a Saturday night. It was fucking like a night, bars full of fucking, it were unbelievable. And we were there for 10 days, and he got us in a room one day. And I've been with managers where if you're away for like 10 days, 2 weeks, and you're 25 lads, you need to have a beer, go out and have a beer, you know what I mean? But no, some managers are like, no, you're not allowed. And you end up sneaking out and people fall out.
Yeah.
And anyway, he literally went every night round here is like a Saturday night. He went, so if I give you a curfew, you're going to break it and we're all going to fall out. He said, so what I'm going to do is the 3 nights before the games, you're not allowed out. The other 7, go get as pissed as you want, as long as you get up for training. If one of you don't get up for training, you're all fined £1,000. And he got everyone on side like, no, lads, like, we can do what we want. What the fuck? We had 2 nights out after games, because it was pre-season. Lads want to get fit anyway. And we literally didn't get out till like 11 o'clock at night, and we'd go out for 3-4 hours, and he just got everyone on side like that.
Like a magician.
Brilliant, yeah.
Another one.
Like reading the room, isn't it?
No, so we started the season, right? I think we won the first 3, and then we played Derby away, and we were losing 2-0, and we scored 2 in injury time due to all. And then it was international break, so international break, game for 2 weeks, and it was literally off Sunday, Monday, in Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Back in Monday afternoon for a normal week, and it was that giddy that we'd picked up like 10 points out of first 12. He went, fuck that, no point coming in Tuesday, Wednesday. He went, I'll see you a week on Monday. Like he's a full week off. Like we'd only played 4 games at season. I were in Dubai, so I've gone to Dubai. Comes back for training on the Monday, training the Monday afternoon, and this is how clever he was. He's like called a meeting, and he's gone, right, just to let you know, we've got 6 games now before next international break. He went, get me 12 points, and I'll give you another week off.
Brilliant.
And we won Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. Won 4 on trot, 12 points.
Job done.
Brilliant.
We actually won 5 out of the 6 and drew 1, and it was like another week off, and that's how it worked.
Like you say, that's a masterclass of motivating people then, because they're thinking, oh, I want another holiday, so let's try and let's get out there.
Or in Dubai again.
Yeah, that's
Did you start to work him out, Warnock? Obviously, you've been with him so many times. Did you understand stuff like that might be coming down the line and think, or even tell the boys who might not be used to Warnock, this is how he...
I think people, a lot, it was quite common knowledge. I think a lot of people knew. Like when he went in at Rotherham, they were bottom of the league, doomed. And he kept him up, but they'd not had a day off for like 30 odd days, nearly 40 days. Like, even when you're losing, that's the last thing you need to be is with each other every day. Because they were losing, it was like, right, you've lost, you're coming in. And like that, and it like got too much. And literally when he come in, it was literally like, if you get me a result on Saturday, I'll give you Sunday, Monday off. And the lads said like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Go in and then like train Tuesday and then have Wednesday off and then Thursday, Friday, and then play again Saturday. That's how we were.
So you're playing for days off, really, didn't you?
Yeah. 3 points and for a day, 3 days off. I'll be there.
Time off in lieu,
Yeah.
Day a point, yeah.
It's brilliant. Yeah, what do you make of your time at Leeds? You had a pretty good squad there.
Yeah, it was difficult. I had like 3 managers and 3 owners in like 2 years.
Right.
So it was difficult. You know, it was a massive club. I was buzzing when I was going there because I'm from Halifax and a lot of my friends and family are all Leeds fans. Obviously, it's a massive club in it, but my first year or so was decent, but it didn't finish too well because I think my manager were Brian McDermott.
Oh, yeah.
I fell out with him because basically I got injured on Boxing Day playing against Forest, damaged an artery in my foot. The artery that runs down the middle of my foot. I kicked bottom of Greg Alford's foot in the first minute.
Oh, okay.
And basically, they were begging me to play. This probably finished my career, this. And I was playing injured for about 2 months. I was like just training one day a week, and I started losing a bit of sharpness. I let a few dodgy goals in that normally I'd have saved. And crowd got me case a little bit. And then I ended up falling out with him over it because I'd had a go at a player who'd done a back pass to me when I couldn't even fucking kick ball. And he says like, you don't speak to players like in my dressing room. And I was like, fuck off. Says, and all. And we had a massive argument. And he ended up like getting Jack Butland in on loan, and we ended up falling out. And he fucked me off after that.
Yeah, well, I suppose when you're kind of playing through the pain barrier, you expect a bit of a leeway, or or even your teammates to not stick on you.
Oh yeah, it would away at Yeovil, kick it. It was a slow pump pitch into wind. I had to toe poke it out for a throw, and it looked shit. It looked shit. It was a lad called Jimmy Kebby. He had him at Reading, and he literally from there half he back passed it, and like I couldn't kick it because I couldn't kick it with my foot. So I toe poked it out for a throw, and it looked wank. So I went in at half time. I went to town on him, didn't I? Yeah. It's like in his chair, slumping down, shitting his pants.
As he keeps going.
Yeah, he's sliding.
How old are you this time in your career?
About 34, 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
David Hockaday was manager, I think, at Leeds at some point as well, after Neil.
They brought him in. He come from Forest Green. It was basically, we had an owner called Cellino, Italian, and I'm sure he brought him in just for like a puppet on his strings. You know what I mean? He was like frightening because when I ended up going that summer, but I went back for pre-season, and it were like we got an unbelievable training ground, got swimming pool, saunas, jacuzzis. Like lads used to, especially in winter, that used to come in and have a sauna and sitting. Lads to stay back for like a few hours and stuff like that, and like being in fucking spa down here or whatever.
Yeah.
But then he come in and he said it was too expensive to run, so he like shut them all down and like got rid of like women that chefs and things like that, and women that laundrette women, and like got rid of them all, and like we had to start bringing his own food in. It's like Leeds United, and then I'll never forget David Hockaday had a meeting one day, and we were sponsored by Macron, and he's gone right. Just to let you know, this is happening. There's no food. You have to bring your own food, and there's no pool and all this. Like, he went, another thing and all. Chairman's not wanting to buy training socks for training, so we've had a look into it. And if everyone puts 20 quid in, we can get 7 pairs of Macron socks for every 20 quid, and we'll just throw them in a box, and we'll use them through course at season for training. And I was like shaking my head, and he went, "What's your problem, Paddy?" I went, "Want us to pay 20 quid to buy his own training socks?" He went, "It's 20 quid, what's your problem?" I went, "It's not about the 20 quid. Yeah. We all play for Leeds United here, and you want us to put 20 quid into for his own training kit."
Yeah.
It's like fucking winding me up.
Yeah, you don't expect that at a professional club, do you? Wrong. You don't expect that.
Right. Grassroots now.
Not even grassroots, actually. No, we get training kits for our girls.
Oh, dear.
So
smelly socks in a bag.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the
and going home and washing it, probably.
That's how it were at that time, towards back end of being at Leeds.
I think we were speaking to Jermaine Beck, wasn't he? And he was saying something similar around the time.
At Leeds.
At Leeds, yeah. And he was saying they cost-cutting measures. Just like you said, taking away the sauna and stuff like that.
Quite scary.
Yeah. Over to Bolton then, was it? After that?
Yeah, so I'd left Leeds, and I didn't have a club for like 6 weeks. Because like what happened was, they'd messed me about. I could have gone to Doncaster, right, on like half my money. And so basically Leeds said I can leave. Find another club, you can leave. So I could have gone to Doncaster on half my money. So I basically turned around to Leeds and said, my other half I'm losing out on. Meet me halfway and I'll go. And they were like, no, you go for now. And I'm like, you want me out? I'm not just going to leave and like lose half my money. You can get fucked. And they were like, well, if you don't go, you just fucking stay. So I went, I'll stay then. Pay me 100%. Got a chance to pay me 25 to go. Or you have to pay me 100 if I stay, fuck yeah. So anyway, I ended up staying. But then eventually when we did come to an agreement on like me leaving, season had already started, all clubs had got the keepers. So all of a sudden I was like in limbo, I had nowhere to go, like 6 weeks. And then Adam Bogdan ended up getting injured for Bolton. And obviously they needed an experienced backup. So I went in with Dougie Freeman, were manager, so I went in there with them as backup to Andy Lonigan. Who, by the way, was a right kid. I was with him for like 3 months. He was unbelievable. Yeah. Some keeper. No, so I just went in there as backup, really. But manager got the sack, and then we had Neil Lennon, who was...
what was he like as manager? Do
you know what? First day he come in, like, he literally says, no hats and gloves and things like that, and he was like, just wanted everyone smashing each other. He was brilliant. He was good, to be fair. Okay. And he turned club round. He ended up keeping them, because we were struggling at bottom of the league, ended up like keeping them up. So Yeah, he was one of them. A bit like a Warnock, a bit like my sort of manager, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because he had
A bit old schoolish.
He had a really good run at Celtic, but he come down to Championship, and for whatever reason, he didn't really get a fair crack at rip at any club, and it just didn't take off for him, did it?
No, not really. No, but like I said, he did well at Bolton at the start anyway.
Where was your superstar agent? The Leeds negotiation then?
I'll change agents by this
Oh,
point.
did you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So no.
Fair enough.
Did it all go smoothly, your transfers and your sort of any loan deals? Any stories there, or
Trying to think.
you hear these ones last minute?
No, I
Since the
never had
stadium.
no last minute ones. No, weird that. I don't know if I'd like it. I feel like getting rushed into it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
No, I didn't have no last minute ones.
You had a couple of spells then at Oldham,
Ipswich.
Bury again.
I literally signed for Bury again. I'd never played for one of these teams, but
Yeah.
I literally signed for Bury and Flitcroft were manager. And I was going to be playing this particular game because lad who's in goal for Watford now, Backman, he'd been on loan from Stoke and he'd gone on international duty. I think it was Gillingham away I was going to be playing. And we were travelling on the Thursday to play on the Saturday. We were like staying down 2 nights. Literally last thing, we were on about earlier with Dino popping calf.
Yeah.
Literally last thing in training, jumped to catch his ball and my calf just popped.
Oh.
It had gone. I'd only signed like a 12-week contract. And I had a scan on it and I was going to be out for like 8 to 10 weeks. So I cancelled my contract because I thought they need money to be able
Yeah.
to bring another keeper in, do you know what I mean? So it was like unfortunate that way.
Yeah.
But it were nice to be back though for a bit. At the time and all, they were training next door to Man United in Man City's
didn't
old
they do
training
some kind
ground.
of, yeah, I thought they had some kind of relationship going on there,
In Man
wasn't
City,
there?
yeah. So like you used to have right top. I'd gone from my previous time at being at Bury where we used to have to like scoop dog shit up off training ground, like on this park. Literally, we were on a park training every day, and they used to like get corn and flick all dog
Hooper
shit
scooper.
away. No, it was corn. One at corn,
Was
and then
it?
you turn around and the juice. And then all of a sudden, I've gone back all these years later, and they were like using Man City's old training ground. It was like top draw compared to what we used to first time.
And then Warnock again at Rotherham. He come in for the Great Escape, wasn't it? At Rotherham, you mentioned about it's kind of his methods of motivating the players. Yeah, that's got to be one of his best achievements, right? Getting Rotherham.
I think so.
out of
Yeah.
that
Well,
situation.
do you know what? I'm one of these that I always had to go out running to keep my weight down. And on this Friday night, right, I was out running, and he rings me up. He's gone, "You all right, son? It's Gaffer." I went, "How you doing?" He went, "You all right? Sound out of breath. What you doing?" I went, "Oh, I'm out running." He went, "Really?" He went, "Have you seen I've taken over at Rotherham? You still in the area?" I went, "Yeah." He went, Are you fit?" I went, "I'm Paddy fit." He went, "Brilliant, I'll see you fucking Monday morning." So I went in and I trained for a couple of days. He weren't even in, by the way. He didn't come in till Thursday. Blackwell took it, so we're back with Blackwell. Yeah. So
Was he
they were all, no, they were all right now. I think they were all right.
Are you expecting the Rotherham? Obviously, Warnock being there. Do you just, when he's moving around, are you thinking, my phone's going to ring maybe now?
Yeah. No, I didn't actually, if I'm honest, because I'd not. Yeah, that were another point where I'd not had a club for like 3 or 4 months now. More or less retired.
They say you
In my head, yeah.
30s,
And he just literally wanted some backup till he camp. So anyway, I went in on Monday and he didn't come in till Thursday. And then on Thursday, he went, "You're going to sign till end of season. Just need you there, just put a bit of pressure on Camper. Bit of banter in dressing room, and we'll like one of them." But like I said, it was some escape that as well.
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it? And and then obviously Warnock goes on to Cardiff, and we kind of mentioned before the show, maybe almost another reunion later down the line with Cardiff.
Yeah, it nearly come off, didn't it? Yeah, we weren't far off. It was just like I said earlier
I
about
remember
the
goalkeeper. From memory, he wasn't doing great. The guy we had on loan from Bolton, he was under pressure a bit.
I can't think who goalkeeper was now. It would annoy me that.
Try and quickly look it up.
I don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it basically he couldn't send him back, so that's the other reason I didn't end up signing for Cardiff. Yeah.
During talks.
Well, he just there wouldn't have been talks at that stage. It'd have been right. You're having that.
You play a Monday.
Yeah.
You play Saturday.
So I'm Paddy Fitz. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
While you're having a look at that. So Northampton Town then with Rob Page.
Yeah.
Former Wales boss, yeah.
So it was one of them then. It's like you're thinking,
Ben Amos.
Ben Amos, that's who
That's
it
the
was,
one,
yes.
Ex-United, Man United.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah. There you go.
Uh,
Sorry to interrupt there.
So, no, it were one of them. All of a sudden now I'm like, not playing for the last 2 years, really. And you're thinking, what am I going to do? I've been scratching around a few clubs. And then Robert Page, who I'd been at Sheffield United with, good friends with him, rings me up and said, do you fancy coming as my goalie coach at Northampton? But it was tough because we took over a promoted team. When do you normally take over a promoted team?
Yeah,
It's normally a
I
team
do
that's
that.
struggling, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we took, because Chris Wilder had gone to Sheffield United.
Right.
So we were always under pressure because they were like
Mhm.
wanting us to do, like, because they'd won league year before. They were like wanting it to kick on. And I still think we were only just below mid-table. We were doing quite well, so they just got promoted. But then he started getting under a bit of pressure, and I think we'd been there 6-7 months, and he got sacked, and then all staff got sacked, and it was one of them. I can't be arsed with this shit, you know, like being involved with football, being in and out of jobs.
Yeah.
Just, I couldn't be bothered.
Time's up.
Yeah,
Felt
yeah.
like, yeah.
And then that was me done. I've not been involved since.
Yeah. What do you think of his stint as Wales boss, Rob Page?
Yeah, he did well, didn't he? Did he get him to
Got him to the World Cup, didn't he?
First
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
they've been for so many 60 odd years or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
particularly had a great World Cup. He was loyal to all the players who,
Yeah, all
performed for him.
stalwarts.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
probably, like Ramsey, Allen, Bale, they probably wasn't really at their peak. But
A year or
Yeah.
two.
You know,
on.
it's
It's
a
always
great
going to be hard, though,
achievement.
isn't it, with Wales when you're
Yeah.
playing against some.
Yeah, if they got there 4 years previous, it might have been a different story in the group stages, maybe. But it was a tough gig.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Wales.
yeah. And the heat as well. That couldn't have been great. Like, what's it
Yeah.
like playing in? Did you play many games in sort of like the heat and?
Do you know what I remember? Well, we went to China pre-season once.
Oh,
and
that must have been.
mate.
In the summer. Yeah.
Literally losing half stone in training. Yeah, they wouldn't let you leave until you'd like drunk like 2 litres of water and stuff.
Wow,
And it weren't like sunny. It was just
humid.
humid. It was
Dry heat,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was frightening.
Oh, going back to your 11 over there you played with, would you give anyone world class of the side you've picked?
Hard, isn't it?
Warnock, surely.
No, I think like we said earlier, that word world class gets thrown about a bit too easy, doesn't it?
Carl Walker, has he reached that level?
I don't know, because what? No,
That's a tough one.
No.
I don't know.
That's a tough one, Carl
You can't
Walker.
compare him to. But then again, what defender would you say is world class?
Right backs are tough. I mean, especially for
Yeah.
England over the years. You've had, Gary Neville was up there. Was he Mr. Consistent?
Yeah,
He's probably
but
the best
not
since.
world
Yeah,
class.
is
though.
Walker better than Gary Neville?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's a no, is it?
No
What?
for
None of them.
No for
No, I don't
yeah.
think
Okay.
so. No.
Just whilst you were playing your career, what was your kind of lifestyle like? Were you quite strict with routines and things like that? Were you?
No, I was a bit old school in them things. I like to drink, like to night out. Don't get me wrong, I was one of these that you go to training ground, I'd be pissing about and stuff like that. But once I went on training pitch or on the pitch, like my head were on. But no, I look back now on my career and I think maybe I should have, like, the drinking side of it. I'd be out on a Saturday, midweek, maybe on a Tuesday, because I knew we'd have Wednesday off.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Is that normal having a Wednesday off?
Eh?
Is that normal having a Wednesday off?
It was under Warnock, yeah.
Yeah,
Did
I
well,
suppose
yeah.
you played so many times.
No, yeah, with Warnock, you'd have Sunday off. Depending, you might have a Monday off, depending, but you'd be in Monday, Tuesday, have Wednesday off, break the week up,
Right.
and then get ready for the game then Thursday, Friday. So that was your normal routine.
That's your weekend, really. Yes, Sunday,
And
Wednesday.
then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're into your retirement now, basically, aren't you? So, what was the thing that kind of said to you, right, that's it, I'll retire and do something else? And how did it go initially?
I think that were it, wasn't it? The getting sacked at Northampton. I just thought I can't be arsed with being in and out of jobs now, just scratching about, being a goalkeeping coach.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if I'm honest, when I first left Northampton, then all I did was get pissed for 7 months. Weren't in a good place. It's hard, innit? What do you do? I didn't want to be a goalie coach. I was an engineer when I first left school before I become a footballer. Like, don't want to go back into that. And I was literally like just getting pissed all the time, and I weren't in a good place. Luckily enough, I had a friend of mine set up he was starting a transport business up. And he rung me up one day and he went, "Don't take this wrong way." He says, "But you need a purpose to get up in the morning." He says, "Why don't you come and do a bit of driving for me a couple of days a week?" I was like, "Yeah, you cock on." So I did a couple of days a week for a few weeks. And then I was like, "Oh, I love it." I ended up going out full time with him. And I worked for him for like 6-7 months. And then he used to tell me how much the vehicle I was driving were making him every day. And he used to think, "The fuck am I working for someone else? I can afford to set up on my own." So I ended up setting my own business up like 6.5 years ago. And it's called PK Transport Movements.
PK.
Transport.
Yeah. So and it's been going like 7 years and
Great stuff.
well, 6.5, 7 years. So and I love it.
Yeah.
I've not got time to be bored no more. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
Well, we've
It
talked to a few
occupies your
ex-pros,
mind.
even Windass earlier on, and pros over the
Yeah.
last couple of months, who said as soon as they stop the game, it's a tough period because
is.
you're living in a bubble, and then your world just changes.
Yeah.
So
And luckily enough, when I set mine up, and I've never had a chance to be bored since because I'm always busy doing things and
What are you delivering?
too busy now, are you?
too busy now.
Well,
Well, I've got obviously I do afternoon speaking and all, and then I also I've got a young family and also I've got like a 14-month-old now, so I've started all over again. So fucking life's just hectic as out now.
What's in the back of the lorry? What are you delivering as part of your transport?
It's a car. I do cars.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brilliant, yeah.
yeah.
So like the online car.
Bit of everything. New cars, customer cars, everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
You also, actually, Ghoul Town. Did you do a little? Stint
Yeah, I
there as
did.
manager?
Yeah. When was
Was that straight after
back
your
in the
retirement?
last year?
Oh,
No, back
recently.
in the last year.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, a friend of mine had said to me, "Oh, do you fancy it?" He says, "Well, she was going for a job." He said, and he'd done a bit of non-league stuff. I says, "Go on, let's have a crack at it." And, we got the job. I think I lasted 3 games, and all of a sudden, what happened when I retired? All of a sudden, I realised I got weekends to myself, and I love that, spending time with family and stuff like that. Because when you're playing and you're here, there, and everywhere, it's a bit difficult. And then all of a sudden, I'd gone there, and my Saturdays were getting taken back up again. I'm thinking, I can't be arsed with this. Like, my kids would come to the game, and like I'd not see them all day. Then I'd get home at night and it'd be like more or less bed, just getting them ready for bed and all that. I think, fucking hell, they've come to see me, like, because I've got kids from another ex-partner. Like, they've come to see me all weekend, and I've like literally been at football and they've not seen him again. And I thought, I don't want that in my life anymore. And I lasted 3 games. Felt bad, like, but by just binning it off after 3 games. But listen, my family comes first at the end of the day.
Yeah. Just didn't have that right balance there.
No,
It's
it
time of
worked.
your life.
I tried it and it worked right, and I felt a bit guilty, but
Maybe if you did it straight after you retired.
possibly,
maybe,
yeah,
but,
you don't know, do you?
Great.
Yeah, straight back into the loop then, and you. But yeah,
Yeah.
once you've moved on a bit, and other
change.
things become more important then. Okay.
And Soccer AM then, you had a...
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Before it
I
finished,
watched a bit of the highlights there.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. That was towards the end of the show, was it, when it was coming?
I'm not far off, maybe 12 months before it finished.
Yeah.
Jimmy Bullard was funny on it.
Yeah.
Shame it all wrapped up, really, Soccer AM. But,
Yeah, yeah.
you had some good free kicks, I saw.
Oh, mate, my thigh were hanging off, by the way.
Yeah, that was
Fucking
tough.
hell, loads, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Keeper, keeper, let one in. Thigh were
They
hanging off.
take it pretty. They have the guest keepers on. Did they used to take it pretty serious?
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I suppose that's their moment to shine, isn't it? You know,
Definitely,
So,
but it was different. You know, like you watch it on telly, you don't realise it's like proper live. You go there an hour and a half beforehand, do like a little practice, but then when it's live, it's like you go from inside studio to outside.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's like, I'm going to get changed and stuff, and then you can hear this, "Jimmy, where are you? Because we're on in 5, 4." And then he just bursts through his door with his wig on, wrong way around.
Brilliant.
It was quite funny, to be fair. I had a good day out doing that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, great. So you mentioned your haulage business and obviously stint at Ghoul and retirement and stuff. Is there anything else that you're doing? Would you be interested in going into punditry? A lot of like ex-pros that go into it. And
You know what? People say I've got a face for radio, so I don't think... No, do you know what? I'm not that fussed, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
It's one of them...
what about the current pundits now? Who do you enjoy listening to? Is it? I mean, like there's a lot of like Roy Keane and stuff on the
yeah, I
on the
do.
box
I
and-
like listening to Roy Keane. He tells how it is, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I like Micah Richards.
he's great, isn't
Yeah,
he?
it's funny. When he starts
Lollipop.
laughing, when he like laughs.
Yeah.
Infectious.
Yeah, I like Micah Richards and people like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great stuff. All right, we'll wrap it up now with 10 quickfire questions to finish on a high. So, Matt, do you want to go first with
Don't worry.
your
yeah. It's nothing personal. It's too personal. Anyway.
5 of them.
What's the best save you ever made?
I would say every save was important, but because I was a Man U fan as a kid, and obviously I mentioned earlier about Ronaldo being world class.
Yeah.
I made one at Old Trafford down to my left, really low from about 10 yards out, similar to the Aguero goal actually.
Yeah.
But I managed to save this one.
Brilliant.
And if you watch the video of when he makes a save, you can see him going, "How the fuck did you save that?" But the commentators hardly said, "Oh, about me, we're all about Ronaldo," and they went, "Oh, it weren't a bad save."
When I was missed.
So, yeah, it weren't a bad save. And you were like, "Oh, fucking hell."
Brilliant. Okay, so if you're trapped on a desert island and with one ex-professional footballer and you're trying to get off, who would you have on there with you?
Probably Chris Morgan.
Chris
Okay.
Morgan?
Yeah, he'd probably threaten some pirate or something to just get his boat off him so he could get out.
You'd probably strangle a whale to death or something.
And plus, if I couldn't sleep, I could just listen to him bore the shit out of me. I'd be fast asleep.
Brilliant stuff.
So as a goalkeeper, what's your favourite pair of gloves you wore in your career?
I wore Nike. I wore one glove. I wore quite a few. I wore Nike for probably a lot of my career. So yeah. Some Nike.
Yeah.
Don't know which particular pair. I can't remember.
Did you do anything with the gloves in particular, or just on the go?
No, I told that story earlier where I didn't change them for ages. But as I got older in my career, I used to have to wear a new pair every game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some goalies put the spray on the gloves as well. Did you bother with that?
No, I didn't bother with that. No.
Okay.
I didn't know what to make excuses up when I'm
All right. Would you rather play for Sheffield Wednesday for a season or spend a year in solitary confinement?
Oh, definitely in solitary confinement.
A year's a long time.
At your peak career, yeah.
Oh,
Still.
yeah, definitely.
Get him in a cell.
I'd fucking
Funny
love
enough,
it. I'd love it compared to playing with them.
Great stuff.
Okay. You're going to hammer me out there for that.
If you can change one rule in football, there's been a lot of rule changes lately. What would the rule you'd like to change?
Probably the one which someone's going to get really hurt one day is when they know they're offside and they don't put the flag up until they touch the ball, and sometimes someone's going to get really injured one day with
Even
that.
goes longer than that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The shot.
But
Do the
before all
hamstring or
that,
something?
before all VAR, and I don't remember when they first used to do it. Ball get played through and someone would be miles offside. And linesman know he's offside, but he keep running, and then next thing they'd be like nearly a collision with goalie or whatever.
And
then he put his flag up, and you're like, one day someone will get hurt.
There's going to be a
rule.
keeper as well, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like Peter Cech.
So, yeah.
Years back, I know before that rule, but it'll be some sort of similar injury.
Someone's going to get. Yeah, I think it's a stupid rule. As soon as you see he's offside, it's like, why have to wait until he touches the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're going to get offside. Just do it.
As a keeper, do you know when a player's offside and you think,
No, you can't gamble, can you?
Yeah.
You can't take that
suppose,
If you
risk.
stand there,
You
you look
can't
like
take
a
that
must be a
risk.
little bit in your head that thinks he's blatantly offside.
Yeah, but even so, you just with officials nowadays, you just don't. You got to keep going, haven't you?
Yeah, true. What's the best? Was it you? That's me.
Yeah.
What's the best perk or freebie you've had in your career?
Ooh. Don't know. We didn't get a lot.
Did you?
Probably when FIFA used to come out every year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So they used to especially
Big FIFA player?
I only with my lad because he lived in Halifax and I used to we were away communicating with him. But when it used to come out, I used to just send a big box of like PlayStation, Xbox. So my kids at the time, they'd have he had one at home, Xbox in Sheffield, Xbox when I was at QPI in London. Yeah. So I literally got him one for everyone. So he didn't have to carry it around. He just left him at the house.
Useful,
yeah. So
Spoke
saved a fortune with that.
Spoke to a couple of players who had the McDonald's gold card, wasn't it? I was,
Nando's gold card, black card.
Oh, did you have a Nando's one?
Yeah, for a year.
Oh, brilliant.
I
Yeah.
haven't got it still.
No.
Expired.
And that got
I'd be all
smashed.
over it.
You pull over it. Yeah?
I'd be fucking, I wouldn't be able to get through that door if I asked.
Nando's fan, yeah.
Yeah.
At your peak, how much would you be worth today in today's football market?
I don't know. I don't know what.
Tricky for goalkeepers, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
100 million. No, I'm only messing.
150.
It's an hard one, that, isn't it?
Well, they pay 67 million for Alisson, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who's gone that maybe you'd put yourself on a par with similar.
True.
Yeah, I'm trying to think some recent goalkeepers. Well, I suppose Burnley, they paid 20 million, didn't they, for the Manchester United?
Trafford.
Yeah, James Trafford, didn't he? He was
True.
probably better than
That's
him.
because of his age, innit? And
Ramsdale,
Yeah.
Trafford,
How much
yeah.
they pay for Southampton? Pay for Ramsdale?
20 odd was it? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
should we go for 10 then?
Oh,
I'll say at least 20 mil.
I'd say 20 mil.
20 mil
Yeah.
for Paddy Kenny, yeah.
Fuck, I need to get my boots back on.
Yeah.
I need to lose 6 stone.
And that agent as well.
Yeah. 6 stone and get my boots back on. I'm back.
Yeah.
Joe Warnock will sign me somewhere.
I know, yeah.
Is he at Torquay now?
Yeah. I think he was, isn't he
At
director of
Torquay?
football at Torquay?
It's a bit of a
Yeah.
trip though, isn't it?
Aberdeen, wasn't he, for Philip Bear? And then
You'll go for
On
10
Torquay,
million,
no?
mind though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my last one is if you can replay any match during your career and play it again, maybe get a different outcome, which one would it be?
Playoff final. There'll be 2 matches. Both my playoff final games.
Right, okay.
They are heartbreaking then.
Yeah.
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 to
Wolves
play them
and
again.
Burnley.
Okay. And then just last 2 then. So what's the one thing that you love that not many people know about you?
Benidorm. I love watching Benidorm.
Oh, yeah?
Benidorm. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Been?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was there a few months ago with
Oh, yeah?
lads. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it worked good. We're in a right mess. It took me about a week to recover. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back.
It's,
But when I got back, I was back home for about a week or so. And then we took kids to Spain. My little girl now loves Benidorm.
okay.
Mm.
She's 11.
The program or the place?
The program, but she'd never been to a place. So
Okay.
when we were there, we were an hour and a half away. So we died a car anyway. So I took her. So she was buzzing, took her to Neptune's and all that.
You gotta say it is once worth going. I
Yeah,
think.
Only Fools and Horse. I'm obsessed with Only Fools and Horse
okay.
as well. Yeah,
Ah, that's brilliant.
like
Yeah.
a sitcom then, is it?
yeah.
Final question?
Yeah, final question. Who is the GOAT?
Do a goalkeeper version go, or are we gonna go?
Well, Paddy, you can
Yeah.
take his
Yeah.
views.
It's
Could
the
be a
goat, there's
goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ronaldo
Ronaldo.
because the only
You
difference
saved the
is
shot.
yeah, he couldn't score because he didn't score fast. No, I'm gonna go Ronaldo because he's been to different leagues and done it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the only reason. There's not much splitting between
proven.
them, is there? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not just stayed like Messi was mainly
Yeah.
Spanish league, wasn't he?
He's gone everywhere, hasn't he? Well,
He's done it in Italy, Spain, England.
yeah. And he's
Yeah.
made Saudi League cool as well, haven't he? Everyone's going over there.
You know,
Yeah, but
fancy that?
Yeah, I'd be all over it.
Would you?
Like a rash.
20 million Saudi
Yeah.
million. Yeah. Yeah.
20 million a year.
Yeah. It would. Yeah.
I don't know if the league's. I don't know if it's cool. I just think there's that much money flying about, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd be I think you'd be. I know it's.
Was there any-
hard,
We
isn't
do
it?
a podcast over there if they're offering.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
you're fucking too right.
Was there a league in your era that was it like China were throwing a bit of cash around, when they, and what was the other one? Can't remember. A few countries have
tried it, haven't they?
thrown
And
some money
kind of
around,
fizzles
haven't
his
they?
way, but
Yeah.
it's like this is you have to
Well, is
stay.
he over there in China? In the Oscar? Oscar?
Yeah, he was Chelsea.
China,
Yeah.
yeah. He
Yeah.
went
Sure he's
to
over there,
China,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, he was. He did go over there. Great.
Bale
Yeah.
almost went at one stage, didn't he?
Yeah, he almost.
Being every hero, at least with Saudi, you hear a little bit about it now, don't you? You never heard about China League,
No,
did
you
you?
didn't.
Yeah. It's just.
Russia, that was it.
Yeah,
Ru-
Russia was
Russia,
throwing
Russia.
money around there.
there was that one club, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Paddy, for coming on. We
No, thanks
appreciate
for having me.
you coming
Thank
on
you,
the
yeah.
show,
Yeah.
and thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the episode and want to watch more, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you liked today's episode, drop us a like, and if you want to get involved in the debate, drop a comment in the comment section. But that's it for this time, guys. Have a world-class weekend, and we'll catch you next time.